It's called Sin Padre, and it's being showcased at the San Francisco International Latino Film Festival. It's a great clip. With me here are Mia Perez. She is the lead actress with Sin Padre, and Lucho Ramirez is the executive director of Cine y Más and also of the International Film Festival. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Tell us briefly, if you can, we'll start with you, Lucho. Tell us about this story, because it's a very compelling story from the trailer that I saw.
Right. So the Latino Film Festival kicks off on September 14th, and this is one of our opening night films. Sin Padre will be, it showcases local talent, first-time filmmaker, and I think it would be best if our actress right here addresses the film.
Very good. So it's a compelling story about the young man who came from Honduras, and he's trying to, well, you know what, I want to be able to maybe show this clip, and so we can listen to maybe the first minute of it. So why don't you, before we do that, why don't you tell me a little bit about how you got involved and what this film has meant for you personally?
Yes, well, I ran into a few friends who happened to know J. Francisco Lopez, a first-time Bay Area filmmaker, and he was auditioning, and I originally got the role of the salon owner, but I read the script and it really touched me, the role of Maria, which is the lead actress, and I fought for it. I got it. Persistence paid off. And it's a very touching story. A young man named Juan, who is about to graduate, and he's told by his teacher that in order to graduate he needs to do an essay about where he comes from, his roots, and this opens really old wounds for him. He's never known who his father was, and Maria, who I am the lead actress for, she's never told anyone who the father is either. So being that she became pregnant when she was 14 years old, she never told anyone, and at this point in her life now she's forced to face her painful past. And it's a beautiful story. Not only does it cross racial boundaries, but it takes you down that path of finding out who his father is and teaching you about forgiveness for others and for yourself as well.
A lot of lessons. So don't tell us who the father is, because I want people to go out there. But here we want to show you about a minute's worth of this trailer, because it's pretty fascinating. Here it is.
I was saying, everybody, I want this essay to be about you, who you are and where you all come from.
Your mom held me. It's not that she's mean, man. It's just I'm her only child. I'm all she's got.
Juan, where do you come from?
I come from nothing.
Well, you're one of my good students, man, and hanging around Anthony, you're gonna fail my class. I want to see you graduate this year.
What are you doing here?
I came to drop off on senior picture. He's graduating in a few months.
Okay, what do I gotta do?
I'll make you a deal. Write this essay, and it comes from tu corazón, pass my class.
I don't know what to write, though.
Who are you? Where do you come from?
I'm from Honduras. I was born and raised in La Misión.
Juan, Anthony doesn't have a future, and I don't want my only son to end up throwing his life away in the streets like all those cholos are.
¿Y tu padre?
Say, I never knew him. I never met him. My mom doesn't like talking about him, so I just don't bother.
I want this essay to be about, if you had a dad, what would he be like?
So, I mean, it's very compelling. What did you get out of it? I mean, aside from being having the role of the lead actress, but you have to come away with something, knowing that you're part of this important storytelling.
Well, I was actually very honored to be able to tell her story, and you know, it taught me a lot, even just being there with actors. There's Bay Area talent, Bay Area producer and director, and everybody had a lot, very excited and passionate about the story. Like I said, nothing more to teach you than forgiveness in this story. The only actor that's not from the Bay Area would be David Fernandez Jr., who's already on Weeds, Anarchy, coming out with Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Peña. So for him to actually fly out from LA to be and take part of the story, that just tells you that's a very, very good movie, and you don't want to miss that.
I mean, this is worth a whole admission into the film festival itself, Lucho. So this is one of several films that you'll be showcasing.
This is one of 14 narrative features that we have. We have a total of 40 films from 12 different countries, and for us it's important to showcase both established filmmakers and local talent. And so we were very, very happy to see this film submitted and, of course, included as one of the films that we're highlighting with an opening night.
You know, how important is it to give these kinds of producers, actresses like Mia, the voice, the platform to showcase them?
Well, that's exactly the purpose of the festival. It's to showcase talent, to tell Latino stories, to tell stories from Latin America as well. We really take a pan-regional approach to the programming, and so we take films from Latin America, Spain, and of course from the U.S. And a lot of times it's a matter of seeing yourself on the screen as well, telling different stories, giving a voice, giving people access. And so it's really important for us to see films that are made by Latinos, about Latinos, and sometimes for Latinos. So it's a Latino film festival that can include many sorts of films and stories, but something that's local and with a lot of heart. It definitely deserves a position within our fest.
Well, there are a lot of little girls and some not so little girls who aspire to be actresses. What would you say to them? Because a lot of them feel like, you know, we have to move to LA. It's going to be completely, almost virtually impossible to get a role. What would you tell? What would you tell them?
I would say follow your dreams and don't let anybody stop you, because I even got a lot of criticism. Really, you're already in your 30s and that's when you want to start. And you know what? I started actually last year. I volunteered at the film festival because I thought, you know what? I think I really want to do this. I want to follow my passion. And here we are a year later. I'm opening for that. So your dreams can come true. So follow them.
Work hard at it?
Yes, very hard. Classes, take classes, and be around this kind of environment.
And so another clip that maybe comes to mind on the film that we should look out for at the film festival?
There's a lot of different films that are, you know, all of them are favorites of ours, but I would say another film that we're showcasing is Philly Brown, which is going to be our other opening night film, which is also an urban tale with Jenny Rivera, Edward James Olmos, Lou Diamond Phillips is in it. On the documentary side, we have a film about newsmakers, actually. It's called Reporter, and it has to do with journalists getting killed for reporting stories about the narco trade in Mexico.
I might want to see that one.
That's a really good one. And so, and we also have short films, so it's interesting the way that we program to match up docs with fiction films, short films, and in many ways, it's like that cycle of art imitating life, imitating art. So. Well, so a wonderful program.
I mean, this story itself, I mean, it talks about being a single mother and being grown up with, you know, with a single parent. I mean, the storylines are everywhere. It's the San Francisco International Latino Film Festival, and it's coming up in September. There is the web address and the dates for more information. Any final thoughts, Mia, before we let you go?
Yes, we really want to ask for all the support of the Bay Area to help, because it's Latino #1, and just to that this is a Bay Area, and we really would appreciate all your support. Like he said, we're actually sharing opening night with Philly Brown, so you got 2 great movies on a Friday night, 2 weeks of a good festival run, so we hope you make it.
All right, thank you so much for showcasing your work here on the show.
Thank you.
Gracias.